All right, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go. Game number 5 is here, and we are ready to finish off the series. The winner of this will be your winners for the European region as far as the qualifiers go. Again, taking home their better share of what's the prize player. Again, $30,000 for first place on the line, $15,000 for the runner-up team. Both of them, once again, have already qualified for that land spot as well, but as you can tell, some good money on the line. Looking forward to seeing how it finishes off. HellRaisers was up 2-0, in case you are just tuning into the series. They were up 2-0. Empires won the last 2 games, though, to force what is this 5th and final game. Again, I'm BreakyCPK. Going to be joined by Rhyme here as my co-caster. Rhyme, we find out which team is going to take the series here. And we got a Nyx Assassin into an Ancient Apparition with a Clockwork so far.
Yep, Nyx Assassin. First pick going, pick Pugner, I dare you. And now also, when you have Nyx and Pugner isn't banned out, it means you can't pick A or can't pick Necro in the first 2. So they still go for the Nyx Pugner, which you think is to be expected from Empire at this point. They've had a huge amount of success with Pugner, and Nyx is also just generally a good hero. And HellRaisers, they don't dare pick Necro into Nyx and what is possibly a Pugner pick. So they just go for the Clockwork, so now they have something a little more tangible to work with in the early game. You've seen lots of Earthshaker support. I think also they had I think in one game with their Bane as well, but it's just now they have something that can just go solo kill enemy support. They can just run into mid, get some kills there. Does really well with levels, and just plays a little bit faster than they've been playing previously.
Pugner, I want to say, is 3-0 in the series, if I'm not mistaken, between these two teams. So, yeah, I believe HellRaisers won the first game with that hero, and then game 3 and 4 both won by Empire with the hero. So, going to go for the 3rd game in a row for them, but again, overall 3-0, and definitely is a lot of value coming out for them. But HellRaisers, Ancient Apparition, Clockwork, and now one more ban happen before it goes back to the 3rd pick for them. But yeah, you mentioned the Nyx Assassin, going to be good at the ideal of getting in the back lines and setting up some kills. And whenever I see a Nyx Assassin too, I always think about the possibility of something like an Invoker for the whole Sunstrike kills early on. But Invoker's not really a hero we see every day at this point. FN, I actually don't even know if I've seen FN, frankly, play Invoker, at least recently.
I haven't seen Invoker in a long time in any competitive game. Like, you see him occasionally, but I think Secret was the last time I saw pick him. Lifestealer, okay, now we've just got straight up, we've got something that lanes well versus Nyx, and something that can just reliably kill with Clockwork and just the Infest, so 33 also really likes playing these heroes that just kind of fight early, fight with the team. Like, he likes to be able to just go. Like, he plays Lycan a lot. He likes Lone Druid, but like Lifestealer or something he's been playing quite a lot as well. So, just sticking to what he's comfortable on. He can make the calls. He can just kind of decide how they play the game. So, I'm wondering if they go for Oracle and Team Empire, but it's not that great versus Lifestealer, but it's okay. But maybe they want to go for something a little bit more not so focused, I guess, something that's generally a bit more useful. Because Oracle is very good at some things, but there's not anything to really hard counter at this point. So they could possibly go for a Rubik or something like that, because Vanscore's very comfortable playing that. But I could speculate till the end of days. So
yeah, I mean, he's, like I said in that 3rd game, I believe it was, I mean, he played a hell of an Oracle that game, and even the game before in the losing effort. I definitely would not be surprised to see an Oracle coming out, and that's one of those heroes that really, in most cases, if you're comfortable with it, confident with your skills on it, then can actually do a lot of work for you. So I'm sure that's on their list of possible heroes that they're thinking about. Other popular ones, I mean, hell, we just saw Bane earlier in the series as well. Could be another direction maybe Empire's thinking about, and there you go. It's going to be the Winter Wyvern, though, with that 3rd pick instead.
I wanted to say they were going to pick Wyvern, but then obviously it means nothing after they actually pick Wyvern. But yeah, so Wyvern's just pretty good here. It's nice versus Lifestealer. It can fly out of cogs and generally does a lot of damage. It's a very high damage support. It's also quite good against pushing. So pushing into this Pugner Wyvern lineup already seems pretty impossible. So it's all going to be about HellRaisers getting picks in order to take any objectives in this game. But thankfully they do have Clockwork Lifestealer, which is fairly good at getting pickoffs. It's not like the Slardar Lifestealer combo, but it comes online much earlier. You don't have to wait for any pesky blink daggers. You can just hit 6 on clock and just go.
Oh, yeah. I want to take back to the initial bans here. We really haven't discussed much in the series in general, but I'm pretty sure, at least on HellRaiser's side, and honestly maybe on Empire's side, those first bans, the Enchantress Lich, have been banned every single game. Now this being the 5th and final game of the series. And to me, that seems a little like, don't you usually want to maybe react to kind of previous games in the series and thus ban out different heroes? Or are you fine just going with the strategy to a series of, like, even though it's 5 games, just banning the same 2 heroes every game?
I think HellRaisers play Vano very well. Also, it's annoying enough that Empire don't really want to play against it at all. Also, Vansquare and Miposhka both play Enchantress. I think Miposhka's the one who plays it because yeah, he's their full position. So Miposhka's Enchantress is extremely good, and they play very well around it. So getting that out there means that they have a much safer time heading to laning phase. Like, there's nothing. Enchantress just kind of changes the game. It's weird. It just changes how you have to play, like the style of it. It's hard to explain, but Enchantress just, you don't really want to commit too many resources to like helping lane where Enchantress is dedicating herself, because she gets the right combination of creatures and you might just die. Oh, Empire taking advantage of the fact that they can stall out the game with Pugner and Wyvern. And honestly, Anti-Mage is pretty nice here. They don't have any solid lockdown yet. So this 5th pick better be something that helps them kill this Anti-Mage, because otherwise he might just have free reign.
Yeah, I'm trying to think here. You figure they probably want their off lane here. If they're HellRaisers, unless they want to do some kind of an aggressive Mirana, or maybe even a Mirana support with Clockwork off. So it's not 100%, but leaning towards the off lane. And then heroes that come to mind. Magnus seems like would be okay here with the RP.
What, for HellRaisers?
For HellRaisers, yeah.
I think I think it's just he's got too much of a difficult time. You know, it's like, okay, you have to land the RP on the Anti-Mage, and the Anti-Mage just might not show for a while. So you search for Clockwork, you search with Clockwork and Lifestealer, you need to get a pick off, and Anti-Mage just comes, and if he finds you with Mag, you just die when he has Abyssal, things like that. It's like, it's pretty rough. You increase Lifestealer's farm rate, but I think you end up in a pretty similar situation as before, you know. Although it would be an offlane Mag, so he doesn't really have that same responsibility, you know.
Yeah.
Empire just going very heavy into the map control and just pushing out waves, and they've got a very. Once Empire get what they need, they get like Manta and Anti-Mage, they get levels on Wyvern, Pugner gets his items. Like, I think they're pretty good. So it's up to HellRaisers to really just get a lot of stuff done in the early game and in the mid game.
Yeah. And what hero maybe is going to help them with that cause? Right here, I mean, we'll have to find out. I'm almost thinking like a Tidehunter then, kind of just that really beefy frontliner, and also one that you know, brings that Ravage to the game. Where, yes, it's a big cooldown, but stunning everyone in place and trying to set up the quick kill. So
they need instant disable, I think, but it's just there's not much left. Like, Sanking has a very, very hard time versus Pugner and Nyx Assassin. Just looking through, really, if there's anything else.
LC? No.
LC is being banned out by HellRaisers themselves, because they were worried about that instead of the Beastmaster. I think it would have been very good as well. LC with Blade Mail just kind of gives you a way to reliably lock down the Lifestealer. Here we'll see Earthshaker.
You may now select your heroes.
He was still there.
That's still in there. We didn't really consider that, but yeah. They're going to run the Clockwork in the offlane, and they're going to run Earthshaker as support. So, because I think Clockwork does a lot more in lane versus the Anti-Mage than the Earthshaker can, because if you put an Earthshaker offlane versus an Anti-Mage, he gets mana burned, and then Anti-Mage basically free farms unless you have some other heroes to kind of run in. So, trying to get the most out of their laning stage here. Also, Earthshaker can do a lot more to set up with arrows, so you can do like Fissure Arrow and that kind of thing. Although you don't see that much nowadays because it's not really easy to land. It's not a very reliable combo. But it can still happen.
We are going to see the Mirana for the first time in the series, and to me that is a little bit surprising considering FN and Kaiser have both actually been playing a lot of Mirana here in this tournament especially. But it will be FN on the Anti-Mage, Chappie once again on the Pugna, so I almost just want to say Chappie's just much more comfortable on the Pugna than anything, because it's not a third game in a row that he's going to be playing that, where FN will be playing instead of that one position. It was, what, Sven, and then last game
Sven, Morphling, and now Anti-Mage.
Yeah.
And Chappie was Pugna, and Pugna. So, yeah. Chappie's just fine playing Pugna. He enjoys it, I'm sure. Well, I guess you have to have some kind of sick enjoyment for playing Pug that many times in a row without losing your mind. So. FM will be taking the anti-mage. It looks like a... I don't know. It's just... It looks like a very nice anti-mage game. But it's just a question of can they get stuff done with the Nakes and Polym. They need to take advantage of Polym's ability to kind of move around a lot in the early game. Like when she gets like level 10 phase boots or whatever, she can just fight very early on.
Prepare for
they do have just a lot of stuff to use. They have... Oh, Bambo, okay, they did switch. They put Bambo onto the offlane Shaker, and Milan will now be taking the support Clockwork. So doing a little fake out there.
Okay, yeah, team's holding off of that information until the very end. I'm trying to play the mind games with the other team, but yeah, Sexy Bambo on our Shaker. Set up to be in the offlane. So what of that? I mean, you mentioned with the Clockwork being the offlane that it'd probably just be safer and better matchup maybe against the anti-mage, but now with the Earthshaker, how does that kind of change the mentality up here, you think?
Well, Clockwork's going to have a lot better time. I think Clockwork's going to spend a lot of time just irritating the Wyvern and just like forcing him to do stuff he doesn't really want to do. I think if they can get to the point where Earthshaker has a few okay levels up until he hits like level 3, then he can, and he gets the boots maybe, he does okay. So they just need to help him out a lot early. I think they have the heroes to do that, but it's going to take some attention from Clockwork.
3-3, he's sitting comfortably at the bottom rune, ready to pick that one up. Unless Beastmaster push him out, but no, he's going to be too far away up at the top lane. Speaking of being pushed out, they're going to go for that up here, FN. Getting the blink.
the battle
Uses it to get to safety.
That could have been very fancy indeed. The cog into the fissure, into the arrow, but they all just kind of pressed them at the same time. So it didn't quite land, but if they got that kill, that would have been very, very impressive.
Oh, yeah.
J4, he's just going to ward mid. He does so in full vision of Chappie and co, because they already have the ward placed down. It's just going to be interesting to see if they go for that D ward or not. I don't think they have any sentries nearby, so I think it's going to last a while.
Yeah. Can't do much about it currently. Ooh, that's the Decrepify into the Mana Burn right off the bat. On to Mirana right here, so that's something that Mirana has to look forward to. Top lane, though, it is Clockwork and Earthshaker just going to sit up here and try to harass as much as they can, prevent Anti-Mage from getting any kind of free farm. Vansker already using that the Arctic Burn. Put in kind of harassment, but 30 seconds, another cooldown before he's going to be ready to use that again. So he like that there, though, too. He actually kills the cogs, or got one cog kill. He's like, all right, if you're going to use this, might as well get some gold out of it.
Yeah, whenever I'm leaning against Clockwork, it's like Morphling or Anti-Mage or anything, like you just farm as much as you can. And usually they'll pick up on it and just start denying, but sometimes they don't really have the time. So it's nice. It kind of inflates the CS score a bit, gives you a little bit of extra farm. He's just going to do it right here as well. He just gets a nice 18 gold to his name. Vansker also tries to get some, but not quite in time. He's just kind of sitting up here and guaranteeing that Bambo gets his levels. He's already got boots now. He's got totem, so he can just pressure effort a little bit more. Fen's just, yeah, he's not having fun here. They don't really have a way to kind of protect him early on. They don't really have an ability to kind of drag the Nyx up there and just like, okay, you hit a Nyx stun, but so what? Yeah. It's like, so he's better suited to just sitting mid. So FN's just going to have to kind of suffer here alone for a bit while Vansker just gets his levels by pulling.
And there's the bottom lane. I haven't seen talk too much about this just yet, but Caustic, he's trying to prevent the pull from happening. And actually, it might kill J4 here. The wild axes, he will. They hit him on the back end, and that's the first blood struck for Empire as a result of that. That's a confident play from J4 in the face of Caustic. And it backfires there.
Yeah, Beastmaster getting a good start in this game is extremely irritating because the Lifestealer, well, he's just going to be dealing with boars the whole time, and Rage doesn't really help you against that, so... Beastmaster's just very, very good this game, I think. And if he gets a good start, he can get out of control. And then when Beastmaster gets out of control, you can start like just running up, like Pugner can just rotate in sometimes, you can just rotate the Wyvern as well, add on damage to that roar, and you kill the Nyx outright sometimes. It's a scary hero to feed kills to.
So speaking of Beastmaster then, talking about that, and you know, decent start now with the first blood, I've been noticing a trend of a lot of Beastmasters lately not going the Necronomicon, instead of going for things like Helm of the Dominator, the full Solar Crest, the Blink, this very aggressive in-your-face, I'm going to initiate and jump you kind of build. So Do you think we could see that here, or would you even rather see the Necronomicon?
I don't think I want to see the Necro in this game. I would say maybe Helm of the Dawn, but I don't think it's really worth. I think he might just go like Solar Crest Blink, because that would just let him just kill the Lifestealer with the Anti-Mage. Also, just having a Solar Crest on the team is very nice. They already have a Wyvern, but just getting that physical damage mitigation versus Lifestealer is also very good. He's gonna, yeah, I think the Necro build is too slow. He's just gonna be the main hero they fight around, so. Yeah, I saw like Kezu in some pubs, he was going like Shadow Blade, Vlad's Helm with the Dom on Beastmaster, just kind of running around and doing his own thing. So maybe not that, but something Iron Talon into Tranquils into Medallion and then Blink or something maybe like that.
Okay. Oh, keep an eye on here for Gostic, see what he decides to do. Middle matchup. It's a pretty one-sided one right now. Of course, Nyx Assassin was assisting at the beginning of the game, so really a 2v1. But Chappie, 28 and 11. You have Kaiser here at 13 and 7. So once again, the Chappie Pugna off to a fantastic start here. And now game number 5. Miposhka takes some pressure. He lands his 2-man stun, though, an Ancient Apparition go for the turn kill. Chappie could not get in range, though, for the Nether Blast. He wanted to with the Roshan Pit area, but he couldn't find the angle. And he's going to run away now, and they actually kill Nyx Assassin. So saw Kaiser coming over, and Chappie's like, oh, you're on your own, buddy. Want to go back to mid lane.
Yeah, so I think there's a little bit of miscommunication going on there. I think Chappie just kind of was like, okay, bait them in a little bit more, and then I'll just nuke them from the Roche Pit. And then Nyx was like, okay, then I'm just going to play up a little bit more. And then he walked out of range, so Chappie had to walk around. And then, yeah, it all just kind of fell apart. But it's not that big. Miposhka's, he's still doing okay. He's going to stack this hard camp. He's doing all right. He's done his job for the initial laning phase, so now he just kind of needs to get his level 6 as fast as possible.
Ooh, bottom lane. Gostic was running after 3-3, but chooses to back off ultimately. Pops the salve on Lifestealer, and now Gostic gonna have to use those Tree Eaters to heal on up as well. But he's level 5, just about 5.5 even. Leveling up the Call of the Wild here. And of course, Primal Roar gonna be happening at level 6. See if he looks for a kill right away, or if he's just going to keep active at that bottom lane.
I think Beastmaster is best used to just, you could just kind of stay in the lane, you keep pushing out with balls. Okay, he is going to go for the Necro this game, so he's going to be just, he just slams that in his quick buy. I think it's still fine. Like, almost any build here is pretty good given his good start. And that's just going to go down there.
Yeah, Milan, he was actually being turned initially, but Chappie's going to fall. Milan will live. That was, I mean, I get the idea from Empire, but they were hoping that he would die very quickly. And they were close. He got to about 10% life or so, but he stayed alive long enough, got the cogs up, and you saw the turn happen in favor of HellRaisers right there. So good job on their part, capitalizing and taking out Pugna.
Nope. FN's just interrupted the battle between Miposhka and J4 for the invisibility ring, which Miposhka decided to win. FN giving the reason for the pause. Yeah, I thought the Clockwork was just dead there, but then I didn't see the fact that the Pugna was arrowed, so no follow-up. Another blast means that, oh, Milan gets a free pass.
Well, looks like we're good to go here. Lag spike. Yeah, they've been, the admin's usually pretty on point of as soon as a pause happens, state your reason. So they've been having fun responding to that right away. But coming back, good to go. Miposhka will pick up the bounty rune, using that invis as he heads back up top here. Shrine use, though, from the 3 of HellRaisers. As Kaiser will head back towards the middle lane. How's that top lane continuing to look, by the way? FN, he's 36 and 7 now. Earthshaker's 32 and 9, though, so Earthshaker's definitely getting his own farm. I mean, Magic Stick and Arcane Boots, Poor Man Shield. Already 400 gold saved up towards the eventual Blink Dagger, so it seems like that's going pretty good. Bottom lane now, Gostic. He does have Primal Roar. I don't know if that's going to really come into play, though. In fact, the Cold Feet going to go off here, and there's definitely no way he's getting out of this one. I mean, he beats through the cogs, but that'll be a solid 3-3. Even gets the last hit nearby there. So, good collapse of the supports from HellRaisers. Yeah,
Go6 just, he just dies. Like, it's a Clockwork and an AO rotating in. It's not that big of a deal. It means that 33 finally starts to pull ahead again, because he wasn't really farming too well. He's still sitting at 37 CS behind the Anti-Mage, who was pretty heavily pressured early on. But means that 33 will now get the decided advantage in this 1v1 down here. I'm just looking at mid now. Pugna is just 59 CS. He's just completely free farming away. But they do have quite a few tools to deal with him in this game now. Ghostic's going to smoke around with Miposhka, look for a kill with Raw. Gonna find Bambo.
That's a nice present. They find him indeed. Mirana, Moonlight Shadows, and they do not have vision though. And now the turn. Ghostic is in trouble. Kaiser runs in, kills off the boar. The block with the fissure, and Beastmaster is definitely dead here. What assumed to be a nice present ends up being a not so nice present, especially for the Beastmaster, as he goes down and out dead for the next 20 seconds. But yeah, you get the idea right there. With the smoke, you find the free Earthshaker, but the roar, I mean, the range of the roar is pretty ridiculous, but because they weren't able to get into auto attacks and stuff as well for a while there, definitely hurt their chances getting that kill.
Yeah, I think there was no way they were ever going to get that kill. Like, the only way they do it is, like, if Bambo was impatient and just echoes the Carapace or something. But, yeah, that didn't end up happening. So, that's really rough for Ghostic. He gets ganked in his lane, and then he makes a smoke rotation, like, halfway across the map, all the while not farming in bot.
Yeah. And
then he still dies for it? Like, this has set the Beastmaster back a long way. He was doing really, really well now, but... Okay, Milan might go down to FN on top lane.
Yeah, Chappie rotated up here to get him this low in the first place, but he's still juking. Meanwhile, speaking of Chappie,
oh, no.
He's going to die as he dives the tower over here. So now Milan is still juking, by the way. TP in 5 seconds. If you're anti-mage, I mean, I know he wants this kill, but a lot of time he lost. Okay, finally gets it. So at least that's something for Empire, but it just keeps seeming like play after play here is kind of falling apart for Empire. What's just happened?
That was an interesting movement. Yeah, usually, I don't know what that tower dive was about. He just kind of ran in and was like, well, maybe I can get the blast off before he echoes, but Bambo just pressed the echo button and fucking disappeared, so... Not the greatest dive in the world, but sometimes things just go wrong.
Yeah.
Miposhka will be getting his level 6 fairly soon, because he's been given mid-farm, so... Ghostic gets ran out a bit. He decides to drop the Roar on Milan here.
But again, the follow-up down, okay, this time's definitely enough. Yeah, this time, with the positioning and everything, that's going to be an easy kill for Chappie coming out. He also had Winter Wyvern TPing in, just in case, so Milan getting a little bit too deep there.
Wyvern making the best of his TP and decides to go take the bot farm. So Wyvern getting level 6, Nyx getting level 6 fairly soon as well. So it's generally pretty similar to what they were doing with 33 last time. Remember, he just had farm on Lundra, then he decided to move out about 9 minutes and give the Shaker the lane. In this case, you've got that happening with 2 lanes on Empire's side now. Of course, I don't really want to kick out FN because he's pretty happy farming, and I think the rest of Empire are still pretty happy with him farming the safe lane.
Milan running in. Spiked Carapace just used nice Impale Stun as well from Miposhka. Will prevent them from getting gone on. And now, actually, Milan, yeah, that was ambitious dive, but at that point, he's pretty much dead anyways with the decrep on him. Another Starstorm use.
On this. Gonna
Moonlight Shadows.
They do not. No detection there, so. Still, no one in Empire has any detection of any form whatsoever, so. Invisibility is invincibility.
3-3, Lifestealer, the armlet's almost finished. Do you think this Radiant team could really kind of keep that tempo up? Should they look to send him inside, you know, well, Clocker's only level 4, I guess, so the idea of him.
He decides to yell at a donkey down there, so Courier goes down.
Wait, he used the roar on the Courier, okay.
Yeah. No.
Interesting. I mean, is that worth it? I mean, Courier kills are pretty big.
Definitely worth. Like, who else is he going to roar?
Yeah.
Like, his roars previously, one of them worked out on Milan, but wasn't exactly high value, so... Courier's about, what, like 175 gold for every single team member? About 1,000 gold? Well, that's worth, for sure.
Well, and also, speaking of that armlet, that pattern was actually on the Courier, so that's going to delay Lifestealer's armlet now a little bit. It kind of goes back to what I was going to bring up right there. You get the armlet, does he look to just start rotating with the team then and fighting, or maybe level 6 on Clockwork is, of course, going to be the key before that happens, though.
Oh, it's also Earthshaker Blink is about to come up. He's 150 gold away. He's had an extremely nice time in this lane. But he's getting followed by Miposhka here. So there is a scenario where Bambo dies here if he uses Fissure like that, but
Buy it. Okay, bought it. No, it really
I don't
sucks.
think he's dead though.
He's not dead.
Fine.
Alright, he stays alive. Bottom lane. Beastmaster's running in. Doesn't have roar for another 5 seconds. Doesn't matter. Meanwhile, Milan goes down middle. Okay.
I didn't see what happened there. I just saw the end of it, but Chappie seems to just have Clockwork's number in this game for the most part.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a TP. 33 elects himself to go and be the defender of the middle lane. That's the thing against Pugna, you just have to have someone here, otherwise you lose the mid tower, and then as a result you lose a large amount of map control, unless you're willing to spend a lot of wards to kind of keep control over this area. Because this mid area is just... This is where everything has to kind of go through.
Oh, here we go. That blink, he's going in. They're going on to Pugna, the Lifestealer, Festball, he jumps out, and Pugna is going to decrepify to barely stay alive. Open wounds still activated on him. He's going to be stunned by the cold. He does go down 3-3, though. Took a lot of damage right there. He's trying to get away with the phase boost. Not going to work. FN runs him down. Blinks in, finishes off with the damage. Winter Wyvern, though, he's going to be caught out, too. And it makes it a 2-for-1 exchange right here. Milan just doing a little bit too anti-mage, but not much more he can. Although they're going to collapse on Maposhka, it seems like. They know he's in the area. A little awkward to go on. The arrow's going to fly through, but the Cox push back and the Enchant Totem auto attack are enough damage. So really a 3-for-1 fight there, including a double kill for the Earthshaker. I would say that's a pretty good showing off of the initial Blink Dagger.
Yeah, they're happy with that. That's an extremely good fight. They get the mid tier 1. They don't even lose the bot tier 1 this time, so they're going to be able to get that on there in time as well. So 3 kills for 1, yeah, that's fine. They lose the Lifestealer though, so his game is slowing down relative to the Anti-Mage, who got out of that relatively unscathed. So it's rough. Like, you can kind of feel the clock ticking in a sense, you know. It's like Pugna's he's gonna get back to work and he's gonna try and even up the mid tower eventually, but he's getting close to Ether Lens, and then Anti-Mage is getting close to Battle Fury. He's 1,000 gold away. It's just Empire need to not lose these next few fights in a way that's absolutely horrible. Like, just try and retain some objectives, and then once the game stabilizes, when Anti-Mage and Pugna get those items, it's like, yeah, it gets hard. HellRaisers have the tools. They have Echo up in 60. Bambo's looking towards Shadow Blade. Maposhka's gonna probably scout them out though. Also, not to mention, the bottom is starting to work towards a Yasha.
Oh, he actually used the cogs right there to TP, and boy, with that timing was perfect. I mean, he didn't even see the Nyx Assassin, but he happened to push back Nyx Assassin and goes for the TP, and it's successful. Nyx couldn't find the angle to get the impale off either, so good escape from the clockwork. Meanwhile, bottom tower, it's going to drop though, as they're here to push it in. Chappie even throws down the Netherward just in case, but as we see, no defense going to be put up. Ooh, Ancient Apparition will scout out these, I believe to be a triple stack Ancients, maybe even a quad stack here, but it's quite a lot of Ancients. We'll see if they make a point to steal that themselves. But for now, they're pushing up the top tower with 3-3 leading the way. You have our Earthshaker nearby, going to smoke up even and head towards that shrine. They got Clockwork leading it.
Oh, FN needs to be... Oh, don't be greedy here, FN. Get out. You don't need these creeps. You don't need them.
He wanted them, though. Damn it, he wanted them, and he shouldn't have. Been up a little bit too much.
That extra creep, he just wanted the full wave and then to get out, and then he would have his Battle Fury. Yeah. He was sitting right there in front of him.
Witch's Curse on Lifestealer as he's going on him at Poshka. Sexy Bambo throws out the Fissure. He's going to be Promaroid, though. Locked down himself. They're running down Pugna. The Cogs bring him right back in. Push back on a Clockwork, but 3-3 still able to be in here. The Decrepify stalling a little bit, but they finally make that kill happen. They're diving deep for this, though. Meanwhile, a double kill for Kaiser, however, so HellRaisers still feeling very good. Caustic, as the Infest Bomb comes out for 3-3, trying to get after Caustic right here, puts on the open wounds, and will finish the job onto him, too, so that's now 4 dead, if you include the Anti-Mage that died at the very beginning there in that middle lane. HellRaisers, a lot of action at the top.
They're really just getting it done up. Like, Clockwork got a really good hook, and then they start the fight off. They forced Wyvern to immediately use the spells on the Nakes. Like, they didn't get the greatest Wyvern ulti in the world. Beastmaster didn't really have an opportunity to get into the fight as he wanted to. Pugna, even though he got initiated on, it's just, he got something done, but it just wasn't quite enough. So Pollen just was able to deal damage throughout the whole of the fight. Now looking towards a Manta style fairly soon. Lifestealer, he's actually only 1 Mithril Hammer away from his Desolator, so yeah. Once he gets that, like, Anti-Mage will just start dying in every single Blink Echo, because there's not really much he can do about that. Manta won't save him, so it's just up to FN to really stay away from this whole Lifestealer Earthshaker action going on. He's got his Battle Fury now, so he doesn't really have to appear in lanes as much. His farm rate doesn't really get impeded by going to the jungle.
You can tell, though, HellRaisers is very comfortable against playing against this idea, even, of the Anti-Mage that, yes, he has his Battle Fury and going to start being able to farm more rapidly, but he's really not a whole much use to his team right now. outside of just simply farming. In fact, hookshot initiation on Miposhka. They're going to go in. The arrow does connect as well. Winter's Curse slowing down Clockwork, taking some return damage from Marana. But the Decrepify not able to save him in the long run. Life Zap on Milan. He's out of range now, though. He's just playing Distractor. Going to go for the TP play. That's not going to work, Chappie. And the blast does connect right there. So, Sexy Bambo pushing out the bottom lane, meanwhile. And they were really spread out, actually. I thought more were going to be there for HellRaisers. But not
yeah,
the
AA
case.
got picked off by Anti-Mage, and I can't remember who it was on bot lane, but yeah, Anti-Mage gets the kill onto J4 on the bot lane. So, yeah, the key thing about Anti-Mage is, like, you can't, like, just spend too much hunting him. You have to keep farming on your own side, and then realize, like, he has to, like, join certain fights and then you kill him. That you can't stop farming. You need to keep your kind of graph going while his increases as well. Because there's no point getting like 2 kills on an anti-mage but not farming in your carry for like 3 minutes, you know? Because if 33 like falls too far behind, his damage output falls too much, and they spend too long hunting for these anti-mage kills, then it's not really worth it. So going for these kills on the Nyx Assassin, just generally controlling the map, making anti-mage a bit scared to farm certain areas is usually the way to go.
3-3 has to be a little careful here. They're coming up. Nyx Assassin's going to spot him, and there is backup nearby. 3-3's by himself. Moonlight Shadows kicks in. Do they have detection now? They do. Nyx Assassin, but the Impel. Yeah, he's baiting out the Rage. You know what's happening? Ancient Apparition. Oh, that's going to hit the anti-mage. I just happen to look a little bit to the right, and I see AM almost dead with an Ice Blast coming. Poor guy. That was a good find, though.
That sucks. Yeah, that's unfortunate for FN. He keeps getting so close. He was just like, oh, I'm just gonna hit these ancients for 1 or 2 seconds longer, and then no, you just that extra few hits. You know, it's just that's what kills you every time.
I wonder if they have vision there. I'm sure he's saying probably a little more aggressively. Middle tier 2. It's probably gonna fall here as well. The Desolator over Lifestealer, it's just about being delivered here, so he'll have that now, and all of a sudden that building is gonna melt away. And just that damage he's able to put out. Vanscore, whoa, he's getting a little too close.
They have no hook shot, though. I don't think there's a way to catch him. He'll flap away if he needs to.
Okay, he's good. Top lane, what's going on up here? They caught somebody. That was Beastmaster. Meanwhile, back to 3-3. The Winter's Curse will stop him. He's going to have to fight now. He was going for the TP play. Decrepify put on him. Anti-Mage jumping on a J4 in the back lines. Has that Mana Void. Not going to be able to get the chance to use it, though, and you just see, yeah, the auto attacks of Lifestealer
absolutely chunked, though.
Shreds him. They will get Clockwork, but this anti-mage has to be careful about man fighting right now.
Yeah, Earthshaker has a Shadow Blade now, so this could be pretty scary. If they get a go with Earthshaker here, any follow-up here, anti-mage just dies. And they don't even know.
Oh, he just
they dropped a sentry, though.
Oh, that sentry. Oh my gosh, that sentry. That was perfect.
Huge. Miposhka is gonna maybe die here, but they have Decrep, they have Wyvern. Like, it's so hard for Nyx to actually get kills without Earthshaker's help, you know?
Ooh, that was, man. If that Sentry War was not placed, that's a dead anti-mage again.
It just takes like Pollen to leap over. Once the Fissure and Totem come out, like anti-mage will just evaporate.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Bambos is gonna find him. Cap will take another one. Oh! Gets the kill, and he decides to leave just in time. He's learned a funny feeling.
He's learning. That was a good reaction from FN there. All right, so but Marana, I was gonna say, in fact, he's working towards it. You mentioned the whole Decrepify causing an issue. Diffusal seems like a pretty good answer to that, and sure enough, Marana is building one after the Manta style now. So ideally, that'll help out that cause. That's being an issue.
Her damage output is just gonna go up a lot. She's gonna be scary. Like Manta Diffusal is pretty much the highest right-click damage combo you can really go for that also gives you some kind of survivability. Also gives you some utility as well. You can set up your own arrow with Diffusal. It's just generally the way to go. So it's going to help a lot against the Pugner as well. Yeah, you mentioned the Diffusal of the Decrep. So it's just, it's nice. It feels good to go these items. Like Manta Diffusal just feels a natural progression. So he doesn't have to Diffusal just yet. He's not really the most farmed hero in the world. He's sitting, well actually technically he is. He's sitting 10k net worth, but he's ahead of the anti-mage by just a bit, but he's not like overly farmed. Like you're not super scared of this bottom, but she will be able to do what she needs to do. She'll be able to follow up on the Earthshaker initiations, and when she gets that Diffusal, Pugner's life is going to be, well, currently he's taking some from Bambo, but...
Oh, so I was watching him hunt him that whole time, and here comes the Cold Embrace, and now Clockwork is also in a lot of trouble. In fact, the Dust also caught Earthshaker. He's going to be found by Nyx Assassin, run down. One more auto attack should do him in. Man, and then the Mana Void to take out Clockwork. I was surprised at how Sexy Bambo went in by himself. I thought Clockwork was a lot closer, but he had turned around at that point and was going the other direction. So it took him a lot longer to get there than he expected. And he got Pugna down from full to basically like 10% life, and it just wasn't enough, and you know how Pugna works. We saw the turn came out and obviously backfired big time. So a little bit of greed coming out from HellRaisers.
Yeah, you either kill him immediately or you don't kill him at all. It's a bit like Necro, but I'm not really sure which one's more annoying. But they should get this bot tier 2 tower as well, so getting 2 kills, one of them on anti-mage, he now has Manta Style secured, they get the bot tier 2 as well. 33 is going to look for a kill here, but Miposhka misses the stun.
Oh, well, that Curse will slow things down a little bit, also deal some damage to Clockwork, but Vanskor got hit by the Ice Blast. I know he's in the area still. Trying to hunt him
Bosch
down
is going
further.
hunting for J4. He doesn't really have any stuns, though, or any spells whatsoever, so he's not going to get that kill.
And a wire.
Notice how everyone is just on this bot lane now, so HellRaisers need to take this bot tier 1 to get something out of this. Otherwise, FN's just going to get this top tower without any trade whatsoever.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Meanwhile, the Nyx Assassin snipes out the Courier as he TPs away. So good job by him. He mentioned he was low on mana, so might as well.
He needs to be kept. Bambo's hunting him. He doesn't have Echo, but he still does have Fissure and Totem.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Oh,
attack.
he got the double damage room before it, at least, so minor victory, but obviously drops pretty quickly. Despite that, 45 seconds, and Pugna's going to be dead for, as they do get the middle tower kill, so for the dire side.
Dire's
Vanskor,
Really
though.
nice arrow.
under attack.
Yeah, he just arrowed him, and then
Okay.
that's just rough. So that's a good kill coming out from Kaiser. He guarantees he's going to get his Diffusal Blade pretty soon. He might even be able to take this tier 1, but I don't think Miposhka is going to be really happy about that one. Also, the Necro 3 is now finished on Beastmaster, so he's got a lot more damage output, but he doesn't really have any way to kind of move around, so he's going to opt to go for the Shadow Blade. But that's still a long way away.
Nyx Assassin hiding behind the trees over here. There's a sentry down as well. You see Clockwork looking for a hookshot chance. They find Nyx Assassin. No hookshot needed. The Cogs pushing forward. 3-3 though. The Cogs are going to block out the Lifestealer, so a little bit of awkwardness coming out. But enough chase to take out Nyx Assassin still, and 3-3 instead will start beating down the tier 2 tower. At the bottom here with the Desolator. So Nyx Assassin going to be there for another 20+ seconds. As FN will farm out top lane though. As almost like he's going on
he's just trying to get out of the way, and he's just trying to hide. But oh no, he might have realized that J4 was doing something. But FN's he doesn't really want to look for much. Bambo's hunting, but he doesn't really have any way to kill anyone here. Without Lifestealer, Bambo's actual initiation is pretty underwhelming.
Well,
he's actually just going to wander right into them.
Yeah, they had Lifestealer there. Pugna goes down goes Beastmaster. Miposhka also going to fall. Triple kill for the Lifestealer. You just talk about quite the Infest Bomb. Absolutely big. And now Winter Wyvern, he's going to avoid the Ice Blast at least. 3-3. That Dust is slowing him a little bit too much, but it's not going to be enough in the end. Cold Embrace will save Vanskor for the time being. I don't think he's living through this whole thing, though. He, too, is going to get picked off. What an initiation from Bambo right there. Finds a 3-man Echo.
I'll be honest, I actually didn't realize that Lifesteal was infested at that point. I thought Bambo was just scouting, but then I realized, oh no, he is infested and everyone's just dead. So,
Yeah.
That was my bad, but sometimes I miss things.
Never.
Yeah, that's a huge fight coming out, so good use of the Echo. And that gives Lifestealer, well, they're going to get the Roche, and then he's probably going to get his AC soon after that. Unless Ghostic can do something magical here. He pops the Necro, but he's probably just going to go on a dewarding expedition rather than actually try and fight.
Yeah, Necro level 3. He is going the Blink next, but that's easily going to be the Roshan kill, though. He just picked up for Lifestealer. And, you know, he has a Hyperstone, and AC is actually getting pretty close to being finished, too, for him. So he's already hitting so hard with that Desolator alone. The AC amping it that much more. Anti-Mage making it a priority to get the third item, BKB. So, you know, the Battle Fury Manta style, that's pretty usual, but it's that third item where we start to see, you know, some differences. Going the BKB this game, what do you think?
No, he needs it. Like, okay, so say your FN, you see a jump, you can maybe just kill the Ancient Apparition and get out, or you want to follow up onto a Beastmaster roll. If you don't see Earthshaker, you can't really go unless you have a BKB. So now, if they get a go, FN just presses BKB, he jumps on, he just kills him with Mana Void, then he gets out. It guarantees that you can actually have that follow-up damage on any one of the Nyx stun or the Beastmaster Roar. So it's required. Otherwise, Earthshaker will really mess up FN's day.
Speaking of that, they're really hoping somebody shows up here, but doesn't look like it's going to be the case. But he's doing such a good job. He hides in the trees, Shadow Blades again, Enchant Totem, and he goes around looking some more. So in 8 more seconds, I'm sure we'll see that. Although they might actually stick around here at the tier 3 top. That's finally somebody's going to TP back in. That is Pugna and Winter Wyvern making their way over. So Sexy Bamboo looking for some more. They might get Nyx here. No, Nyx Invis, so not going to be the case.
He's just watching. There's not really much you can do here. He's just like, okay, I'm just going to scout out a bit, providing vital information.
Yes.
It's just Ghostic can't really find anything. It feels like he's just sitting 1, 5, and 2. It's very hard for him to really be involved. He's 7.7k net worth at this point. Like Bambo isn't really much higher, but it feels like Bambo's like impact is just on a completely different level. He might try the solo kill with the AA ulti, and he gets it.
God, and even the confidence there. Obviously, that was enough damage, but blinks away before anyone has the time to react to him as well. So great job. I agree with you. Bambo really is the controller of this game right now. And 4-1-9. Meanwhile, J4 he gets found over here by the Beastmaster, as well as Anti-Mage himself. So a little bit of a response coming out from Empire, but now middle lane, Miposhka. Vendetta's up, wrapping around. No gems or anything like that he has to worry about at this point in the game. Kaiser peeks over the ledge.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Miposhka. Alright. You have to resist, I'm sure. They're just going to walk up and hit the high ground, but there's a Beastmaster and an Anti-Mage hitting their bot tier 3, so they need to kind of get out of dodge pretty fast. But Lifestealer does not have TP available right now.
And AM, he's dying. He is going to be able to blink away in time, but that's a tier 3 middle tower, and you see 3-3. He's still going. Remember, he has the Aegis. They're chasing bottom lane. I'm looking at that as well. Decrepify, he pops a Rage, going for Pugna. The Cold Embrace will save for the time being, beating down the melee racks. The Winter's Curse still locking the lifesteal a little bit more. He really wants that melee racks. He's not going to get it, though, and the Aegis now is popped as a result. Now, can he get out? I don't think so. This is going to be tough, although the Ice Blast is coming through. He might go for a turn kill and advance grip, perhaps. A Cold Embrace is going to save him, though. And 3-3's like, what do I do? What do I do? Well, they infest the Catapult. And he'll just walk away with it. So he's good.
That's just the most annoying thing about Lifesteal. It's just so, it feels so annoying when that happens to you.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
You just have to watch him just walk away, and then you see the Catapult is eventually just going to drive off by itself at some point, or he's just going to jump out.
How does that
Great Wave as well?
How does that work with like Helm of the Dominator interaction? Well, I guess that wouldn't make sense because it's your own. So never mind.
I think you just yeah. Or well, if it was an Emily Helm of the Dom, I think you just take control of it. So.
Lifestealer? Oh boy, that might have went a little okay.
He's
don't know about that move.
Rage time there. FN just presses the BKB, but you can't really find anything here. This is the problem. No Abyssal, you can't really reliably get kills with your BKB. Just kind of running around in circles.
He really is. Now they might cut him off still. The Kaiser, he's still alive and they're going to rejoin with the team. But again, Lifestealer's not here. Dead for 50 more seconds. That's a lot of damage the Radiant side is missing out on. Finally gets one kill on Earthshaker. Maybe another on Clockwork. Yes, the curse will stop him. And then we'll also get a second on a Clockwork. So they end up with 3 kills in total, but yeah, that all started with I don't even know what the idea was there by 3. Like,
I mean, he just wanted to walk up and then press Rage after they used some spells, but then Nyx just pressed Stun, and then he just died because he just wasn't able to really do anything because he got mana burn. So he didn't have any. Yeah, he just should have just raged before he walked up the high ground. But I guess I don't know. He was a bit overconfident there. That's all I can really say. Now, as a result, Anti-Mage is, well, he's only 2k gold off of Butterfly. He doesn't have Mana Void, but he is kind of pursuing Kaiser, who may be running straight into Ghostic, but he has Leap, so he should be able to get away here.
Yeah, this is an interesting spot.
Bottom is lagging.
Yeah, that's what they're saying here. Talking over about that last fight decision as well, but Kaiser hopefully gets whatever figured out, and as you mentioned, has a leap, so we should be fine.
Oh, no.
No, that's weird. Go into the no strat. It's really making it awkward, especially with what's going on here. I mean, Beastmaster, no blink. I don't know if he can really get the angle to cut him off at this point.
Well, he does have 107 ping, which is about twice more than, well, twice as much as everyone else. So maybe that's not characteristic. Maybe he doesn't usually play on that high ping. It seems pretty constant about 107 though. So just looking around, looking at items. Miposhka's he's got 4 stuff now. Vanskor, he's working towards Ether Lens. I think he's just going to try and be a little bit more annoying. He doesn't really have to do that much more. He's already a Wyvern. He doesn't really need items to do what he needs to do. Chappie, yeah, close to Ags. I'm just worried. Like, it feels like once Anti-Mage gets Butterfly, they need to be extremely... Like, they need to focus on him an extraordinary amount. And with Wyvern and Pugner in the game, I just don't really think that they can reliably get that physical damage on him. But they do have the Diffusal, so...
Yeah, that's a start, and they have the upfront burst. I mean, that's no doubt still.
They clearly do that, and they'll have that for a long time.
Yeah, that's not necessarily going away, but the game is definitely getting into an uncomfortable spot now for HellRaisers. Again, getting tier 3 is nice. We're not able to drop the melee rack, so that's going to be fine there for now. And you know, they have the option to do some shrines, but with this pause here, you know, with the circumstances that we have right now. Yeah, they're just worried about getting Morana out of here. Without
she needs to be evacuated, but unfortunately only AA is around. But he's, in order to reach his friend Podham, he's going to have to walk through area controlled by Ghostic, and I think Ghostic will be more than happy to take the free AA kill if he wants it. So I'm just looking at the warding here. You can see that HellRaisers have they have one aggressive ward, and pretty much the same situation for Team Empire. Empire have some wards in their own jungle. And they've got one sitting on the little spire over here, down in the Radiant jungle. So I think the main point is for Empire just kind of keep lanes pushed out and then try and fight around where you have vision and see if you can get a jump with Beastmaster. Because I think it's reached the point now where if they get the jump, Empire, with how strong Anti-Mage is, it's pretty safe to say they should win the fight. But it's still the kind of game where if you're playing against Lifestealer and Earthshaker, no matter how farmed the Anti-Mage is, he might just die in an echo, and then if with no buyback, the game could just end there.
Yep,
you've seen it happen a lot.
Oh yeah, we've definitely seen it before. Yeah, in this event, we've definitely had quite a bit of swings in the SkinCoin WCA specifically. So this game, though, again, the net worth lead suggests that the Radiant team is ahead still currently, but that's something that definitely could start changing. Very soon, especially with Anti-Mage and him continuing even to take off more and more. Pugna, the Axe, as you mentioned, 800 gold away, really. Also from having that, and that kind of puts Pugna on another level, having more freedom to use that life drain, both offensively but even defensively as well. So it'll be nice to have.
I kind of like the situation that HellRaisers are in, though. If Bottom survives this, she's doing okay. She should survive this. Stick should be able to get in range.
The roar was too far.
Although they do immediately switch target to J4, who unfortunately is not so lucky.
3-3's coming in, but okay, he hits FN hard, and he gets him. You know, I was going to say, what is J4 doing? Because he clearly saw that they were in the area. I wouldn't be surprised if they planned that out, really. I mean, 3-3 was ready to TP it immediately. And they got Anti-Mage without a blink cooldown ready.
Yeah, FN he wanted that AA. I think as soon as AA got that 4 stuff out, in an ideal world, Empire would have backed out, but they just, they didn't really think about it. Lifestealer just comes up, and then immediately they go smoke with the Earthshaker with an Infest. I think if they could just make a push out of this if they catch more than 2 heroes in the Echo, or even 2.
Bambo.
He's going to have to use his blink and not his Shadow Blade.
Gonna run in, as you mentioned, the Sentry Ward there, so can't just freely run up. I don't know if they saw him right there. Well, they definitely see him now. He's still running up, though. They're going to go on a Chappie, but a little bit too far. And actually, 3-3 pops out, and he gets stunned as he does. He is running in, going for the range racks. He's going to be stopped by the Winter's Curse, though. Meanwhile, Clockwork Cogs in the back lines. He hook shot it in. Miposhka's caught by that. He'll end up going down. Way over here, Echo Slam catches Beastmaster, actually, and he's going to be dead. Winter Wyvern, that's the one that popped back, by the way. Anti-Mage is still dead for another 15 seconds in that awkward spot of do I really want to buy back or not. Well, the racks are dead, so definitely not buying back at this point. Chappie, though, going for the turn kill on Earthshaker. Just not enough damage with the life drain there. And now will it be on 3-3? No. Goes for the Rage, the TP, and he gets out. Beautiful fight for HellRaisers, working off of that anti-mage kill.
And taking racks as well. Lifestealer now has... Well, he's coming close to BKB if he wants it, then he doesn't really have to worry about using his Rage so sparingly. It's just so unfortunate, really, for Empire. Like, Anti-Mage is sitting on like 4.5k gold and just going for that one kill. Like, instead of just farming for 1 or 2 minutes, in that time, he's dead and they lose racks, where they could have their mid-racks and an Anti-Mage with a Butterfly, but instead, due to how circumstance goes, they just don't. So,
yeah,
that's just a little bit of greed. A little bit of greed. And now Potom is starting to pull ahead. She's got Lincoln Sphere now, so she's very, very difficult to deal with. She does a huge amount of light take damage now, level 21 with a plus 50 damage talent. So all HellRaisers really need to do is push out lanes and then go for another move, and maybe they'll wait for Echo, maybe they won't, but if they get a pick off with few buybacks left in Empire, it's dangerous territory now.
Oh, Mambo opens up in the middle lane, just pushing out the creep wave. Looking for a gem on either side. I mean, it seems like, as usual, upon an item this game, that would definitely be high value for either team to have, but currently, no one has it picked up. How about that decision? BKB on Lifestealer being finished. That's it's one of those funky choices to see, because you know he already has the rage, so just overlapping the idea of it.
It's just you just need more. He needs more rage. I think that's how it is.
Okay.
He's just, if he doesn't have it, he's just gonna get mana burn as soon as rage runs out. There's decrypt to worry about. He might just get mana burn by anti-mage as well. So the more time he's magic immune, the more time he can deal damage.
Nyx Assassin got caught up by a sentry. The Ice Blast, it's going to maybe miss. It looks like it did just barely. Milan still going in, though, trying to finish off a push. Got to the side. They catch a couple, including the Anti-Mage and Pugna. Cold Embrace comes out, though. Winter's Curse activated as Anti-Mage split up, so he can't deal damage to 3 in because of Primal Roar. 3 gets locked out this whole time. He gets sucked eventually and will go down. He's dead for 80 seconds now. And also the life drain he used on Clockwork after that to finish it off. And now he's going for Kaiser. So HellRaisers thought they had a great jump where they kind of did, but it's going to backfire big time. The leap will barely keep Kaiser alive. Gets the Lincolns taken off there. Yes. From the Mana Void, the arrow in the face. Blink from FN, goes the other direction. Being slowed down, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Did FN just go a little bit too deep? The Eels, that should save him.
Mana.
He's going to be fine as he blinks away. Whoa. That was something, though.
There's always a little bit of fear factor when FN just blinks in for that obvious kill now. It's just like, is it going to backfire, you know? You're just kind of worried. But Empire is still going to work towards taking Roche now, so they do get something out of killing Lifestealer there, who basically just went from, he just got Wyvern ulti, and then he had no mana, and he didn't have time to even press BKB, so...
Yeah, he just gets the BKB and then can't use it in the fight. That's such a bad feeling. Nice timing with the Ice Blast there, but... FN.
Oh, Bambo.
He went a little too deep, perhaps. FN's going to keep on going after him. Juking around, though. Nyx Assassin. Nope, the blink. How much do you really want to chase this? And
we're going to go back in.
Gets out.
It could be tempted for Chaffee, but I don't think he's going to... Oh, he saw the TP.
Stop it and run.
He's just being annoying, isn't he?
Yeah. All right, well, now Chaffee's in a really bad spot. He's just all alone up here. Nothing to do. Okay, but yeah, Lifestealer, so maybe a good news is that he still has a 10-second BKB as a result of that last fight. Got that to look forward to.
The whole time with Clockwork chasing the Nyx gave enough time for Wyvern to really kind of look for the... Gave him time to get the ult off. So it just needs to start with Lifestealer needs to just be hitting someone, preferably a Pugna or a Wyvern to start off the fight, and then he gets the kill that way. Or even a Beastmaster, pretty much anyone, as long as they just get the Echo initiation. That's how they want to start the fight. They don't want to have this like wishy-washy Clockwork running into a Nyx and things like that. No, they just want a good old Echo Slam. They just want to be able to get that start and just attack, really. Bottom's running down the bot lane. Everyone's just kind of posturing aggressively.
Yeah, Nyx Assassin's actually going to TP back now. He's still hunting around in the Radiant jungle, realizing though, seems like they're probably at the bottom. So going to join up with the rest of the team. Earthshaker, Shadowblade in 2 more seconds. Goes on the enchant totem, Shadowblades. Sentries are put down. Arrows, anyone over here? No. Just scouting out with it. Sexy Bamboo. Finds that target, know how quickly they can burst somebody. Pending a Decrepify or Witch's Curse reaction. They use the Moonlight Shadows right here. I know something's up.
They're retreating, they're out. Bambo gets caught here, this could be really, really bad, but he should be able to TP out just fine. Well, you gotta hope. He gets the TP out, so Empire do smoke for this, but unfortunately they're not going to get anything for their trouble. But they are just going to run down bot lane and try and pressure this. FN is he's doing a little tour of the enemy jungle. He's going to run into Milan.
Yellow. He'll farm the creep wave instead. Has that cheese as well on Anti-Mage. Getting the Aegis for a little bit longer. Earthshaker hanging around, trying to bait out J4 again, but not going to fall for it. You do look at the middle lane. That's a heavy creep push that HellRaisers has going into the base now. So Empire.
They have Necro and Pugna. Like, Pugna's got his cast range talent now. He can just start whacking away at this high ground. And as long as they have the situation where they sit behind the Anti-Mage with the Aegis, it doesn't matter if they get a good echo. They can't kill the Anti-Mage twice. So, or if they can, it takes a lot of effort. So, but Empire don't feel confident.
No. Not going to go for it. It's a scary place. We saw what happened last fight, even with some okay initiation. Just one Winter's Curse and stun lockdown rotation on your Lifestealer.
Get what they can. They take the tier 3 and move back and decide, let's go take shrines and then see what we can do after that.
I was going to say, Lifestealer's been inside Earthshaker for quite a bit of time now, so finally he pops out and decides to just farm instead. And he's still trying to work on that MKB, only 1,000 gold currently saved up. Still a ways to go before that'll be an item in his inventory, though. Anti-Mage getting very close to the Abyssal Blade. He has a Basher and 2,800 gold on top of that, but Abyssal Blade, that'll be a nice replacement for once that Aegis does wear out here in the near future.
Watch is coming across Milan. Milan's pretty exposed to it.
Oh yeah, that's a roar. Easy kill with the Manta style. So Moonlight Shadow's not going to save him. Dust comes out. They do spot Earthshaker, but he blinks away before he gets caught. Lifestealer was not inside.
This gives pretense for them to take the tier 2 mid, so more objectives going down, more things obtained with this Aegis.
Middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Kaiser has his MKB completed. Okay, Anti-Mage is actually very vulnerable to dying if he gets hit by a stray arrow, or if Bottom is just there to follow up on the Earthshaker initiation. Because now, Lifestealer is not the main damage dealer, it is now Bottom who takes over that role. See if Empire can adapt to that.
That's a good point, yeah. The Mirana's going to become much more of a threat now with that finish. Right there. And we mentioned Lifestealer, he's working on it, but he still has a ways to go. And with how much time he's spending inside Earthshaker also looking for kills means, you know, he's only still sitting on about 1,500 gold. So that's not going to be coming anytime that quickly. By the way, this sentry just placed by Nyx Assassin up top here might actually spot them sneaking up if they do. Try to
they have the gem on Bambo, so they'll know. They won't run into anything too dangerous because they'll know if they've been scouted or not. So, overall, just everything quieting down. Okay, a DD rune just spawned bot now. I think Empire have realized this, but they will just about soon enough.
It's definitely seen by Empire here, so Anti-Mage going to be picking it up. And he'll also pick up his Abyssal Blade after the shop here.
Okay, this is a very scary 30 seconds, but I don't think he's going to really be able to do anything with his DD. He could just about get to the racks, but...
Yeah, they're going to put some damage on the racks. Fortification is not ready either for the Radiant team.
And they may just lose their melee.
There you go. Jumps in, still has plenty of time. Pops the BKB, they lose a range, or the melee, excuse me, and the ranged. Not going to go for that one, but yeah, it's definitely made use of the double damage rune. An aggressive BKB coming out.
Remember if DD is 30 or 45 seconds or some other amount of time.
Oh, the Eels opening up. They pop out. 3-3 does with the Infest. He's going to be Winter's Curse, though. It's like they saw that coming. Milan, he does catch Winter Wyvern in the back lines. Earthshaker wants somebody else. Chappie, BKB, TP, Miposhka. Also going to get out. The fissures are just too late. He kept hesitating and could not find the target. Vansker is going to end up falling, but he played quite the distraction for his team.
Yeah, getting out all of those heroes is extraordinarily fortunate. Like, Pugner had the BKB, so he was pretty much home free, but the Nyx surviving there is just a... Yeah. Babo was like going, oh, can I maybe get the Pugner here? And then that time when he was deciding, he didn't move far forward enough to see the Nyx, so... That's very fortunate for Empire, not losing more than they have to. And now, almost evening up the rack situation, but not quite. Still a range tracks remains for the bot lane of HellRaisers. But they are just in this bot lane.
Yes.
And Teammate just wrapping around. He does have an Invis rune.
Invisibility.
This could be bad.
This is potentially really bad. Has that Abyssal Blade also, as we talked to. He's going to scout them out here. They don't have the gem with them, remember. Earthshaker, he's not next to them, so... FN, he's going to see them. He's going to open, maybe. He has teammates nearby. They're going to go... Oh, he goes on an AA. I'm a little surprised. Gets him bursted down, at least right off the bat. The Primal Roar on a Lifestealer as well. Push away on a Clockwork. 4 staff away for a Lifestealer. He finally gets the Rage off. He gets bashed up, though. But he'll still be fine, blinking further. And he manages to escape. Just barely
so nice.
Jumping inside Sexy Bambo, yeah.
Yeah, he was just sitting there, waiting up the hill with the blink available, and then escorting the Nyx out, so... Getting the Lifestealer out there is huge. I think if they lose the Lifestealer there, does even have... He has buyback, but that would have mean MKB was just out of the window in terms of options, so... Keeping the Lifestealer's game intact.
That's what I was
just getting scary.
Well, that's what I was going to say about that fight, though. The Invis Anti-Mage, I wasn't looking from their perspective, so maybe he didn't necessarily see the Lifestealer just above them, but man, it seemed like definitely the more important target to go for with the Abyssal Blade open. They had Beastmaster coming in and everything, but wanted the free kill on Ancient Apparition first. They got it. So missing out perhaps on a chance of a Lifestealer, but this mid-tier 3 taking plenty of damage. In fact, is dead now. HellRaisers can't do much about it. They kind of just have to accept that fact, as Empire will fall back and farm more resources. Another Roshan in 55 seconds. Definitely would assume Empire is perhaps waiting for that to happen. Get another Aegis pick up.
The thing here I'm seeing now is like HellRaisers have a theoretical way to kill Anti-Mage, right? They hit the Echo, they manage to disable the Wyvern and maybe stop the Decrep going off, and then with a Podom and Lifestealer hitting him, Anti-Mage will die pretty quickly, right? But there's so many criterion they have to fill. Like, it's just... it's like... They need the optimal scenario to really win a fight, whereas Empire, like, they can just kind of just go. And HellRaisers can't really react in time and effectively. They can react in time, but they might not be able to do it properly, but to do both is rough.
Oh, FN, he's going in aggressively. He pops his own BKB. He was trying to jump on that Earthshaker. Not enough damage, though. Arrows flying out from Mirana. Almost caught the Anti-Mage up top here. So he makes it out, but again, with no BKB, Anti-Mage not as comfortable fighting that right now. Netherward helping a little bit as the chase continues. Over here, they will catch Clockwork. 4 staff over the ledge. Got hit by the Primal Roar. Axis going through, but more blinks away. Milan will stay fine. Sexy Bambo, he's still waiting for an opening. Lifestealer inside, but they're not going to get it. Anti-Mage. BKB on cooldown for another about 20 seconds or so. Roshan is up. They're pinging it out. Can HellRaisers really do this, though? They're going to have to do it very quickly.
Thankfully, they can do it extremely quickly. They have the Deso and huge amounts of right-click damage on both the Lifestealer and Podom, so...
Wow, you're
Podom
right.
has the BKB as well, so interfering with her right-click damage is going to be extremely difficult. She's just going to pop BKB and then there's really nothing they can do to stop her, other than dropping both the Wyvern and Beastmaster ultis, but I don't really see that happening. So... It's just... They have problems keeping the lanes out. As you can see, J4 is just kind of pushing out the waves with his ALT. And Milan sending occasional rockets out, and Bambo just going to go clear the wave with Fissure. Empire just kind of playing this grand game of keep away now. They have an AC up on FN, but I still don't think they're hugely comfortable fighting. So they're just going to keep the lanes pushed out as well as they can.
He did get rid of his boots for this, by the way. So he's just relying on the butterfly here. Amp his speed, but it always just feels so bad not walking around with even brown boots. I don't upgrade
It's always a bit rough.
Thank God he has that blink. This Hawk, it's scouting a couple of heroes. The Rocket will scout the Dire team now. In response.
A bit of a stare down.
Yeah.
But one team can't see the other, so it's not really that much of a stare down. It's more of like a one-way stare thing, but yeah.
They're going to jump Earthshaker. Now, Milan, he's the one with Lifestealer inside. He goes in return. They drop a Nyx Assassin. The Cold Embrace will barely save him. Winter Weapon in the backline. I believe he tried for Winter's Curse, but that was a Lincoln Sphere pop. He goes down himself. Pugna was also picked off by Mirana pretty quickly in the back lines. Milan surviving against all the Beast Army here, and that's a 2-for-1 fight. They lost the Earthshaker, but yeah, again, Lifestealer, he was inside Clockwork. We haven't seen that I don't even know if at all this game, really, if not in a while. Wonder if that was intended.
Is Clockwork the only one with a TP? Does Bottom have a TP? Okay, Bottom has a TP, but Lifestealer and... Okay. Is anyone going to stop this anti-mage? He might just take all of the bottom mid-racks from bot lane. This might just end up being a trade, but... Oh, he's going to TP back.
Yeah, AEM's the one that's going back here.
So that's not BKB, but no Earthshaker, so...
Uh-oh. Lifestealer again. We've seen this before. Now he has the Aegis this time. He's going to take over the creep. Jumps back out. Pops his BKB. Going right for the rack. He doesn't even care about what's going on in the back lines. Well, now he does. He turns around. Buyback on a Chappie. Now 3-3. He's kind of forced to fight this. He's going to die, and that's probably going to be a death after, too. He just used his Infest. And they're going to drop him again. So 3-3 overstaying is welcome. They do get a buyback out of Chappie. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Anti-Mage, he at least killed the racks, but then decided it was best to get back and fight with the team. Seems like that works for Empire in the long run.
Yeah, without the Earthshaker, he really doesn't need to use his BKB. There's nothing really to the BKB. Like, I guess the Potom arrow, but he managed to deal with that by Meta Starling away from it. FN? He just assassinated his own teleport scroll. I don't know why, but he just didn't like it. He just dropped it on the ground and just mercilessly killed him.
Interesting. I didn't catch that, actually, but that's, all right.
He sat in front of the Regen Rune and went, I don't need this teleport scroll. And now he'll just walk... Oh, dodges the fissure. Is he just going to get this Manirex for free?
Probably. I mean, he drops it so quickly, man. Invulnerability comes out, but see how much damage they did. They smoke up behind him. Ooh, the Hex on Earthshaker, actually. So they catch him from a distance. They jump on Anti-Mage, though, and he is going to die without getting the melee rack. So it's definitely not a free melee rack. In fact, he dies for it without even getting it killed. And they're going to keep going. Milan doesn't have a hook shot, though. Going to be blocked out anyways. Moonlight Shadow's active, but we saw it earlier with Lifestealer kind of just going into the base. Yeah. And it's the same thing with the Anti-Mage. They think they're unkillable, and they're absolutely not.
They're very quickly proven otherwise. It's like, I don't know. He just kind of exploded.
Yes.
He didn't press BKB, and yeah, not pressing BKB or Rage seems to be the downfall of... Wow. Yeah, that's just rough. It's Poshka now? The Blink Dagger? Yeah, but it's just like... It felt like he could go, but yeah.
Well, when you see plays like that, and we're getting a game like this for some pretty sloppy moments, you have to keep in mind, I feel like, that it's the best of 5 here. These teams especially have been grinding a lot in this tournament alone, let alone other ones happening. And, you know, Game 5 of a best of 5, we're now 6 hours into the series. Yeah, sort of just over 6 hours ago, so no doubt. And there's been very little breaks in between the games for the players. So that's something to, not making an excuse for them, but it's just definitely something to keep in mind as the series draws out here. That I'm sure the mental tiredness is kicking in.
Well, yeah, long matches like this are a test of both skill and, well, endurance. And patience.
Oh no. 3 again going in. This on the Lotus Orb, the Clockwork reaction in the back lines. You see Winter Wyvern trying to find a target to Winter's Curse perhaps, but doesn't really get it. Beastmaster is picked off. Anti-Mage up in a couple of seconds. Lifestealer, there's that Winter's Curse. He's going to infest, though, and stays alive for now, but doesn't really get much of a heal. Yeah, he has to back off here. Clockwork stunning up FN, though, playing distraction. And he's going to end up falling himself. Are not able to get the racks at the bottom, though, is HellRaisers. Are they going to really still hang around? I mean, Lifestealer, he's in a bad spot. He's going all the way over here to buy a TP, it looks like. And, yeah, he'll just actually get back. And the team will retreat. So, dangerous start again for the Lifestealer, but this time the team is ready to back him up and help him out just enough.
Yeah, that was pretty close. Like, we haven't really talked about it much this game because Chappie playing Pugner has kind of been a staple thing in these games. We just don't really notice it now. We're just going to take it for granted. But just the Ether Lens as well as the 150 fast range talent, level 20 means that you can basically just get hexed from like another continent. So you walk up the high ground and Pugner is anywhere nearby. If you don't rage immediately, you're just going to get hexed. As you saw there, it can have kind of almost disastrous consequences. It almost went extremely bad, but I really think like 33 just needs to start pressing rage when he's about to walk up high grounds like that. Like, it's just, I don't know. I guess it might be a waste or something, but he's got BKB after that, so it's really not that much to lose. He's going to work towards boarding a Lincoln's now, realizes that MKB is probably not going to cut it. He actually likes being able to do things in fights, and Lincoln's will allow him to do that, so.
Yeah. I definitely understand that choice from him here. I know that he has been changing his mind a lot. Even Basher was queued up in between, and you mentioned the MKB several times, but yeah, settling on the Lincolns for now. Again, he hasn't purchased anything yet, so for all we know, he still could change it up at this point. But Lincolns does seem pretty good. I think the Winter's Curse has been the big thing, as well as a Primal War for that matter. That has been annoying to deal with.
If they get the jump on Poshka, this could be a nice fight, but it's just so difficult. Like, Alan's gonna walk in.
They find Nyx. Nyx is dead right off the bat. Ice Splash is flying on through. FN. He's in an awkward spot. Meanwhile, I heard the Primal Roar going off, locking out Lifestealer, but he got the BKB up. The Abyssal Blade locked down on top of that. Gold Embrace on himself. The Winter's Curse activated in the back line. Starshaker may end up dying to his teammates. He absolutely will, but Lifestealer, he has still plenty of life. He's hexed up currently, but FN cannot blink away. Gets locked down. Winter Wyvern will fall. Buyback on FN immediately. But a 4 for 1 in favor of HellRaisers right there. That was actually a beautiful fight for them.
Yeah, it was extraordinary. They managed to straight up kill. The Lifestealer killed the Nyx, which is he's basically required to do. The Anti-Mage was basically caught with his pants down. He ended up getting scouted out by J4 immediately, so that everyone was able to kind of adjust. He spent about 10 seconds trying to kill Lifestealer, but Lifestealer has 42 armor and was BKB'd and then raged, so Anti-Mage really just didn't do very much. Like, he doesn't have a huge amount of damage to kill a Lifestealer at this point. And investing that amount of effort, but it's just, yeah, it didn't really work out. And then painting the Earthshaker stuns and then arrowing afterwards, they had just enough to kill him. And now with Anti-Mage having to buy back, this is extremely scary for HellRaisers.
For Empire, yeah.
For Empire, sorry. Yeah, I'm just,
well, they're going uphill. They're going uphill, so with the way this game's been going, kind of scary for HellRaisers, but no. They get the ranged racks, the melee racks, of course, fortification will make it a little more difficult. Kaiser's like, screw it, I'm just going to pop a BKB for this. And they will take it out. So, yeah, Kaiser, we mentioned it earlier, but even more so now is that was interesting. Milan was trying to hook shot to his teammate. He does have the axe, though. But Marana with the Mjolnir now finished. 3,800 gold even saved up on top of that. So, well, like a butterfly. We could see a plethora of items on her in that luxury state at this time. But no matter what she gets next, she's already hitting pretty hard in these fights. And it goes back to they're not even necessarily Lifestealer's a lot of the upfront burst damage, but Marana's really become the outright damage dealer for the team, though. The way she's looking here.
Yeah, she just decides the Diffusal wasn't really doing that much anyway. She's mostly hitting Anti-Mage, who's not really been getting decrafts at this point, so just getting that ability to clear creep waves and to be able to do just a lot more right-click damage. So it's a nice pickup. I think she's realized that she doesn't really want to trade out any of these items, so Moonshard is the next thing on the list, but ideally they'd just be able to get Roche and take a fight before she even has to worry about getting a next item.
Roche is up. I don't know if they've seen it yet. I think he like just spawned actually. So HR is in the area. They haven't actually checked it out, so for now it'll remain without being done. Beastmaster is getting ambitious here, but it's understandable. He's trying to get a refresher. He only has 1,400 gold saved up currently, though, so.
Nice thing about Empire here is they have a whole ring of wards around their own jungle, although HR will realize this, so they might not get caught unawares, but Empire know what's going on, so they shouldn't get caught like they did before, but it's just really hard because there's so many ways for HellRaisers to start the fight.
Kind of counter ward over here. Got the gem on Clockwork. Agnostic, he's going in. The side, the 4-staff away though. Chappie pops a BKB. Milan jumps in the back line, so with Lifestealer, Chappie, the Cold Embrace will save for now. Vansker, can he find that target with the ultimate? A lot of BKBs going off FN. He's going toe-to-toe with Lifestealer. We mentioned before. Can't really do that. In fact, FN, he's just blinking away now as he finds no chance. Earthshaker, he's going to be stunned up by the Winter's Curse. This is a full retreat mode game here for Empire. Vansker, it's going to be difficult, but he gets some assistance from Chappie. and he'll manage to fly over the ledge and survive. So they only lose the Beastmaster, but they did use a fair amount there. No Winter's Curse now. I guess that's the biggest thing. Prom Aurora is down, but of course Beastmaster dead as well. But they're going to go for tier 3 top and try to even spawn Mega Creeps.
There's only Nyx buyback. There's only Nyx buyback. This is I don't even know if they can hold this.
Well, Chappie's going to try. Milan finds him, though. It's the Cogs. Pushing back. Yeah, Fanny's caught as well. As you mentioned, no buyback. Cold Embrace will save him a little bit right here. Is it going to be enough for the Lockman? Absolutely not. He's dead for 120, and HellRaisers may have just broken through. They're going to spawn Mega Creeps right here. Nyx Assassin does buyback. He jumps in hoping for something, but that's not going to matter. He goes down. Chappie just life-draining what he can. Milan actually ends up hook-shotting his teammate right there. I mean, Chappie's being annoying, but he's just unfortunately not holding them off in the long run as Vansgrove running away from the life stealer. The Decrepify will save him. Chappie, BKB, life drain. That's not going to work ultimately. He goes down. GG, well played. HellRaisers will finish the series and take it 3-2 over Empire. Good games by them.
Yeah, that game was just really nice. Like, it had moments where it felt like people were just like not playing as well as they could be, or like as you would expect them to. I guess that you can attribute that to a very, very long series, as you said. But overall, I think HellRaisers just played better because Dota is a game of mistakes, and they just made less mistakes. And Bamble, he did a lot. He did a lot mostly in the first 30 minutes, but also we got a few nice echoes and catches on the anti-mage when he went high ground, for example, near the end as well. 33 just played stable. He didn't really play any worse after he had a few unfortunate fights. Kaiser was very, very stable, just kind of built his items up and then hit the anti-mages he was required to do. J4 just, yeah, all around they just played very, very well. I think just FN had an unfortunate game there. Just a few moments where it's just he just went for that extra creep, or he just stayed like 1 second too long. You know, it's that kind of thing that gets you.
HellRaisers leading 2-0. Empire made the comeback, forced the 5th and final game, but HellRaisers comes through in the end in a back-and-forth battle, no doubt. And overall, a very, very entertaining series. Like I said, a good 6.5 hours here to play this best-of-5 out, but HellRaisers victorious. And thus, they claim their share of the prize pool. Like I said, it's about a $30,000 first-place prize for them, $15,000 towards Empire, though, for finishing the runner-up. And both of these teams, though, they did qualify once again for the SkinCoin WCA, so no matter what happened here, they were both going. Just now a little more money to go with in the case of HellRaisers. So congratulations once again to them. And really this whole event, it's been a lot of fun. Now I will say it's actually not 100% over just yet. We do have a 3rd place matchup that will take place for the remaining $7,500. Winner takes all. And that'll be Effect versus Team Kingwin in a 3rd place matchup. And that's set to happen Monday, from my understanding, at this time. So look forward to that. But as far as the SkinCoin WCA coverage here for the European region, we are just about wrapping up with the 3rd place match. The only thing to finish it off. But Rhyme, I want to thank you for joining me, especially stepping in mid-series there and joining me for these last 3 games. I really do appreciate it. Any shout-outs, any last words from yourself?
Just thank the players, really. I just really enjoyed watching those games, even though they all had Pugner in, but they were still fun. I just kind of edge of my seat and all that. So I guess you can follow my Twitter, but it's already on there, so that's about it, really. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Yeah, follow him at Rhyme Dota, guys, as you see in the title there. We are wrapping up one more time here for tonight. Type !SkinCoin in chat. You can get information on the giveaway going on. And if you go to skincoin.org, you can check out the latest cryptocurrency on the esports market. You can trade in for your favorite Dota 2 and even CSGO skins. Again, that is skincoin.org. Yeah, just seeing here as chat's pointing out to you, 12-0-20 on the Marana. That is an impressive stat line for an hour-long game, especially coming out from him in game number 5. But Kaiser doing the work here on Marana and helping lead his team to victory. So one more time, congratulations to HellRaisers. They're victorious. They claim 1st place and their share of the prize pool. I was BreakyCPK, joined by Rhyme here for this broadcast. As far as the SkinCoin WCA, again, we'll see you for the 3rd place match set to take place on Monday. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.